Well, we appreciate everybody coming out today, really getting kicked off. A lot going on at the golf course. The build is taking place and that sort of thing, but always nice to get our defending champs to talk about the experience last year. It's always nice to have good defending champs. Ryan, with his relationship with the city, has always been such a big fan of New Orleans, and with his relationship with Sean Payton, that helps. John Rahm has been top 10 in the world for a while, and obviously number 2 in the world right now. So it's always great to have defending champs that are easy to celebrate. So as it relates to the tournament this year, field is usually a question that gets asked the most, and we feel very good about where we are right now. Last year, we did several other team announcements in addition to our defending champs, and we kind of felt like they got lost in the shuffle. So I think this year we're just going to announce the Ryan and John defending pairing, but later this week we'll have another team to come out, and we'll have multiple team announcements most every week between now and the tournament, and a lot more than that. So it's been kind of a unique year. I thought last year was unique with the change in the schedule, with the PGA Championship moving to May. Guys were a little slower to commit than we've seen in the past. This year, I think being an Olympic year, it's even slower than that. In terms of guys who've indicated to me, when we've been out recruiting and talking to agents and players, the field we feel great about where it is, but in terms of guys who have officially committed to the tour thus far, it's a little slower than it's been in the past. It's interesting some of the feedback we're getting to John's point earlier, talking about guys, changing partners. We've got some guys who are splitting up, I think, and bouncing around with different partners. That's always kind of interesting to end up hearing the backstory about how some of that happened. But at the end of the day, we're going to have a very, very good field. We're going to have a lot of top 10 guys. We're going to have depth. We're going to have a lot of the same interesting stories and all that we've had in the past. And we look forward to being able to get those names out and moving them along. So, we've got a lot of guys who are committed, but their partner's not committed. So as a partial team, that kind of changes things. One thing that we haven't always focused on, we do internally, but we've not with the media and externally as much as we probably should. It's really become more obvious to us in the surveys. We'll probably get somewhere between 800 and 1,000 surveys back from our constituents, our patrons at the golf tournament. And we're so close to it. We certainly believe that everyone knows that all of our proceeds go to charity. It's a big point of messaging for the PGA Tour. It's why our 4Kids members work as hard as they do. At the end of the day, they want to drive dollars to charity and impact our community. Each of the last 2 years, we've distributed more than $2 million to charity, and we're very proud of that fact. But you look at these surveys that we're getting returned, and more than 50% of our people did not know that our proceeds go to charity. And, it's a little frustrating. I mean, obviously, we're not doing the job we need to do to get word out. But it's something that we don't want to get lost in the shuffle. I mean, we're here, Columbia Park, if you know anything about the history here when it was the St. Bernard Housing Project and what it's become, it's one of many success stories. The 4Kids Foundation donated the seed money that got the project started. You look at where it is now, the EduCare facility that's here on site, the impact it's having on young children, getting them up to grade level before they ever start kindergarten, and all of the studies and the actual examples of the impact that's having when kids get to elementary school and beyond. It's something that we want to make sure doesn't get lost in the shuffle. I mean, we are a golf tournament. We're very proud of our golf tournament. We have the best players in the world here. We love being unique in our format. But at the end of the day, all of our money does go to charity, and it's having a big impact in making our city a better place to live. So, that's something that we want to make sure that we touch upon. In those surveys as well, we always want to get better. What can we do to make the golf tournament appeal to more people? We know that the hardcore golf fan loves the golf tournament. They recognize all the players. They wouldn't miss it, and we love that. But at the same time, for us to continue to grow, we have to appeal to those who, golf may not be their first priority to come to the golf tournament. we have we have bands, we have food, we have music, we have all of the different things that go on in the golf tournament. This year we're introducing, there's an area about 100 yards off the first tee to the left, 100 yards off the 18th tee to the left. And this year there have been different venues and facilities there, but this year there's going to be an area there called the Swamp. And you're going to see our TV commercials start running in another week or so, and you'll see the Swamp highlighted. For those who watching golf is not their first priority, it'll be anchored by, we'll have barbecue teams from Hogs for the Cause that will be, producing food. It's certainly we're proud of our concessions food, but I think the partnership with Hogs for the Cause is going to give us something for, a major upgrade for our food that's available to the general public. It's a partnership that Children's Hospital is one of our signature charities. The same is true for Hogs for the Cause. So all of the proceeds from the food that Hogs sells at a golf tournament will go to the Hogs House, which is a house they have on property at Children's Hospital to house the families of patients at the hospital. So we're excited about that. We think it's going to be an upgrade for us, a big upgrade. Additionally, we have several liquor tents and venues that will be near it. We've got Tito's becomes our new vodka this year. We'll have a Tito's Stillhouse Lounge. They have several of those on property at different PGA Tour events. We're proud to bring them on. It'll be an air-conditioned venue, nice decor, a place that everyone can come in and sit down and have a cocktail. So we're excited about that. Mayomi Wines will have a wine bar. Again, something that hopefully will appeal to everyone. We'll have a craft beer tent. We've had that before. We'll continue to upgrade that. We'll end up doing a couple of big video boards so that for those that want to hang out, eat and drink in that area, they'll be able to watch jumbotrons. They'll be able to see the actual telecast on TV, follow the scoring, and know what's going on out on the golf course. As well, there are other activities. There's cornhole and all of the other things that have taken place out there, and we'll continue to grow on some of those, grow in some of those activities to make it appealing to those who might not follow a group around for 9 holes. And we're excited about those changes and think it's going to be a big plus. One of the things with Hogs for the Cause, their event is here in New Orleans at UNO, March 27th and 28th. So we would, if you're not familiar with the event, it's a great event. It raises money, and the food is really, really good. So going out and checking them out would not be a bad thing. With some of our normal venues on property, we're always trying to change the look and make things different and upgrade things. We have the Fidelity Bank Champions Club, which is about halfway down the 18th fairway. We've had 8 of the best restaurants in New Orleans. It's an Emerald's restaurant, Galatoire's, Mr. B's, Drago's, Arno's, on and on and on. This year we're upgrading the tent. We're adding 2 more restaurants, so we'll have 10 restaurants. And the tent itself, you'll notice this year, rather than running parallel to the fairway, we're going to break it on a 45-degree angle. So you'll have a section of that tent that faces directly toward the 18th green. There'll be some additional rows of seating so that after you've eaten, you can sit out front there and you'll have a direct view of the 18th green. So we think that's going to be an upgrade, certainly visually as you walk in, rather than being one straight tent with that angle. I think it'll be something that everyone notices, and I think it'll be an improvement for our patrons at the Fidelity Bank Champions Club.